Okay? Okay, let's start. Okay, first question is the rate of change. This question is slightly not the same as the usual, a little bit tricky. Okay, so let's see. Let's start off with this one. Okay, water flow out of the filled container of height 20 cm. Okay, such that after t seconds the depth of the water is h, and then they tell you that the volume is this one. So you already give you v in terms of h. Okay, they say given that the height is decreasing at the rate of 4t minus 1. So this one you will say, okay, they actually give me dh dt equals to, and take note kids, this one put decreasing, they did not put changing. If it's increasing, it's positive. If it's decreasing, it is negative. So this one you will have to put minus 4t minus 1 cm per second. Okay? Because of the word decreasing, so when I write dh dt, I have to put a negative. You understand? Okay? Sam, whoever talk about irrelevant stuff, can you please mute the person? Okay, minus blah blah blah. Okay, let's proceed. And then after that, find the rate of decrease of the volume of water. So that means you want to find dv dt equals to question mark when t equals to 2. So usually I will write the statement first. What is given and what they ask me to find. So with this, okay, it's easier for me to find out what kind of formula I need. You can see that I want v and h. Okay, I want v in terms of h or h in terms of v. For this situation, they already give you v in terms of h. Okay, so I will just write v is equals to 10 plus h cubed plus 2h squared over 10. Let's split it up so that it's easier for us to differentiate. So this one will be 1 over 10 h cubed plus 1 over 5 h squared. Everyone know how I get this one? Okay, yes, help me to share the video and follow if you haven't followed me. Okay, so what I did was h cubed over 10, I write it as 1 over 10 h cubed. 2 over 10 I reduced to 1/5. Okay, so putting in this form is easier for us to differentiate. So let's proceed to dv dh. So dv dh, when you differentiate, a constant disappear. Differentiate, this one is bring the 3 down. So 3 times 1, 10 is 3 out of 10. H power minus 1, so it will be 2. 2 bring down, so it becomes 2/5, and then h. So this is your dv dh. Okay? Once now you have your dv dh, dv dt, dh dt, you can form the connected chain, the 3 fractions. So we got to write. So you see, it's always 3 things. 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, kids, take note. The one that without dt, put it in the middle. So dv dh is in the middle. So put here dv dh. Okay? Then what is on the left? Look at the numerator. Numerator is dv, right? So your left hand side should be dv dt. Okay? Then this side will be dh. Look at the denominator, dh. So this side will be dh dt. Okay? Then after that, I want you to fill in what you have. So dv dt is what they ask you to find. So leave it there. dv dh is this one. So just put it in. 3 over 10 h squared plus 2/5 h multiplied by dh dt, which is this one. So this one, if I'm going to simplify, is actually rainbow minus 4t plus 1. I rewrite as 1 minus 4t. This part. So over here, I will write it as 1 minus 4t. Okay, kids, this one is a bit different. Why do I say it's a bit different? Usually, when they give you dh dt, this one is usually, okay, I'm going to put here. In your notes that I was sending to you, I will state here. So what is so special about this question? Usually, dh dt is given as a number, right? But this time round, they give you dh dt is an expression. So in this case, you will have to do one more extra step whereby you have to integrate this dh dt in order to get h. You understand? Okay, later I'll show you. So this is a little bit special, not the usual one. The usual one, dh dt, they give you a number. Okay, so over here you will see, oh, okay, I know that they say, ask me to find when t equals to 2. Yes, I can sub t equals to 2 here. But here, I don't know which h to sub in. Okay, so I will have to find out when t equals to 2, what is my h? So how do I do that? I will have to find h in terms of t. So let's see. So my dh dt given to me was 1 minus 4t. Okay, so now to find h, so you have to integrate 1 minus 4t with respect to t. Okay. Okay. And then after that, let's proceed to integrate. Integrate 1 is just t. This one, copy the constant. This is t2 over 2. Okay, power 1 plus 1, so it's 2 over 2. Okay, then don't forget you have to plus c, because this is an indefinite integral. This is an indefinite integral. Okay, so then after that, how we're going to do? Okay, let's simplify first. You have t minus 2t squared plus c. Agree? How do I find my c? The trick is, because in this question, do you see that they give us a 20 cm here? They say that the flow out from a height is 20 cm. That means starting the height was 20 cm. Yes, this is Sec 4, preparing for O-level. Okay, so that means I'm going to sub in, when the time is 0 starting, my height was 20. So sub this in to find the c. So I get 20 equals to 0 minus 20 square plus c. And in this case, c is 20. So therefore, you will have h equals to t minus 2t squared plus 20. So now you see you have a h in terms of t. And that's how you get the, because over here, see here, over here, when I'm trying to find my dv dt, there is a h here whereby I don't know what's the value. Okay? I only know that I'm supposed to find my dv dt when t equals to h. But they did not tell me what h I have to sub in. So in this case, I will have to find h in terms of t. Over here, I will have to sub the t equals to 2, and then I will get h equals to 14. Okay? So in this case, I can come back to this formula over here. Yeah. Okay, come back over here. So now, page it. Okay, see here. So you see, I'm supposed to sub t equals to 2, h equals to 14. So just now, over here, I'm going to sub in my h equals to 14. I'm going to sub in my t equals to 2. And I get negative 450.8 cm cubed per second. Okay, another thing also have to take note, because the question asks to find the rate of decrease. And since my rate of change over here is minus, so when I answer the question, I will say volume decreasing at positive 450.8. Because the minus already used, is already represented in this word. Okay, unless the question asks, find the rate of change of the volume of water. Then, yes, you have to keep your negative there. Okay? So, I'm done with this question. Okay, this is question 6. Okay, kids, don't worry. Go to my Telegram channel. You will be able to get a solution. It will be uploaded tomorrow. Okay, then the YouTube, the live session will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow as well. Okay? Any question? Any question on rate of change? And just to let you all know, I will be doing one last A Math live session on Sunday 4:30. Okay, you all have the first paper on Monday, right? Yeah. So you can go to my Q&A. If you all are doing TYS or some question, you all can go to my Q&A and just let me know what question you all need. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. dV dt is volume, the rate of change for volume with respect to time. Okay, see here. So now tangent, not exactly tangent. I want to talk about this cosine 3b. Okay, my previous first session I talked about cosine half A. Today I'm going to talk about cosine 3b and tangent half b. Okay? So, how am I going to do this question? So, I mentioned briefly on Monday that when it's odd number 3b, you will have to make use of the mixture of double angle as well as addition. Okay? So, it means that this cosine 3b, you have to split to become cosine 2b plus b. So, it's addition. Then you have to apply the addition formula. So you will get, so over here, I will get cosine, okay, let me just put here. See, So apply the addition formula, it will be, I have to cover up, if not you all will. Quick. Yeah. So it will be cosine 2b, cosine b, blah, 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 blah. That's the formula. From the formula. Okay. And then after that, I will have to change my 2b to be single b, right? So I have to double angle of cosine 2b, apply it, I put it here. So cosine 2b change to 1 minus 2 sine square b. Okay? And then this sine 2b, I change it to 2 sine b cosine b. Okay, then at the side, over here, this tangent b 3/4, of course, we always have to draw the triangle, right? Okay, I've mentioned before, if this is not a cube, if this angle B is not a cube, you cannot write here B. You have to write basic, right? But over here, they mention B is a cube. So that means I'm okay to put this B inside this triangle. So O over A, so this is 3, this is 4. Pythagoras, this is 5. So with this one, I will be able to find out what is my cosine B. I'll also be able to find out what is my sine B. So this one is 3/5, and this one is, this is 3/5, and this is 4/5. Okay, and because it's a cube means it's in the first quadrant. First quadrant, everything is positive. Okay, so now after that, after I break them up into single B, okay, then I will just sub in. Okay, 1 minus 2 sine square multiplied by cosine B minus 2 sine B cosine B sine B. So everything just sub it in, and then you will get the answer, negative 44 over 125. Can the B be at the top angle? Where? Here is it? Oh yes, doesn't matter. If you want to draw like that, the B is here, then just make sure that O, A, so this is 3, this is 4, this is still 5. Huh? So it doesn't matter, huh? It doesn't matter. Hello, Jerry. Okay. Is this Form 4 math? Form 4 is what? Sec 4? This is Singapore Sec 4 O-level math, A math, additional mathematics. Okay, so now let's take a look at this tangent half B. Okay, every time they write B over 2, actually it's just half B. So actually this question very good. He knew to say that you can use the double angle formula. So over here, okay, see here. So tangent, you see, this is the formula that was given. This was the formula that was given on the formula sheet. Okay, I mentioned here, use above for the tangent half A. So what you do is, 2A change to A change to half A. Right? Okay, double angle means that the angle on the left is always double on the right hand side. Then after that, see here, over here, now I put back into here. But of course, this one is using B, this one is using A. So what I'm going to do is tangent B equals to blah, 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 blah. Then tangent B, because I was given that tangent B is 3/4. So sub in tangent B is 3/4. And then put it here. What you do is cross multiply. So open up, I will skip the simple expansion. Okay, so you go to rainbow, everything. So it become a quadratic equation. Okay? So for easier to see, what I did was, I changed it to U. Tangent half B represent U. Okay? So I was right here, let U equals to tangent half B. Okay? So it's 3U squared, blah, 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 blah. Then I solve U equals to this one. So in other words, tangent half B is equals to 1/3. Tangent half B is equals to minus 3. Okay? And kids, see your B was a cube, remember? 0 to 90. So half B, do the test. See which, you have to know which quadrant it is at. So half B divided by 2, you know that it's 0 to 45. And when 0 to 45 means that it's still in the first quadrant. And if it's in the still first quadrant, that means all is positive. So this tangent half B cannot be negative. That's why I reject it. So this question, the answer tangent half B is 1/3. Okay? So my first video, I talked about how to find sine half A and cosine half A. So please go in my YouTube and go and look at it. Today I talk about the 3B when it's odd number, and also tangent half B. Okay? Come next. Thank you. Okay, next, binomial. Hello. Okay, help me share the video. Whoever you know that need A math revision, need help. Okay, those who already give up A math, intend like, you know, just go there and sleep, I think maybe you attend my three live session. Okay, those questions that I go through can get some marks lah, definitely lah. Please don't go there and sleep and don't give up. Okay, come, binomial. Must look at the original question first. Wait. Yeah, many people don't like binomial, but I love binomial. Let me teach you one method to find the term that you want. Okay? See, okay, every time they will come out this kind of question, right? They will particularly ask you, can you find out the coefficient of 1 over x4 in blah, blah, blah? Of course, the question will change accordingly, right? So the question will ask you like, ask you to find what is the independent of x, what is x to the power of 2, x to the power of 3. It's the same, okay? It's the same, So let's use the general formula. So write out the general formula, which is TR plus 1 equal, the power here is 14, right? So it's 14R, my A is 2x, so write 2x. Then this one is 14 minus R. B is minus 1 over x to the power of R. Yeah, this one is supposed to be minus R. Okay? Then after that, you have to analyze. You see, this one definitely will be a number, which is a coefficient. Then we were supposed to have x to the power of negative 4. Right? So I always ask my student to analyze. So you ask yourself, you analyze this, analyze this. Which contribute to the x to the power of minus 4? These contribute to the x to the power of negative 4. Okay, and these contribute to the x to the power of negative 4. The one that I did not circle contribute to the coefficient. Understand? General formula, yes, is the formula given, but then you still have to change the number, The formula that is on the formula sheet, write n and n minus r. So you have to put in your a and b as well as your n. This is O level. Okay, binomial. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to form equation. So now let's analyze this part. This is x 14 minus r. This, because it's at the denominator, so this is x minus r. So I will make it equation equals to x to the power of negative 4. Which part you don't understand? This is A math, Okay, then after that, see, so this is, I have to use indices, So 14 minus r means is x to the power of 14 minus 2r equals to x to the power of negative 4. So now you just need to make equation that, 14 minus 2r equals to minus 4. So 2r equals to 18, r equals to 9. When r equals to 9 means that I want to find my 10th term. Just now someone said don't understand. Who? Can understand already or not? Okay, good. Okay, then after that I want 10 term, right? Now I already know that, when r equals to 9, when it's 10 term, that means I actually am trying to find my x to the power of minus 4. So I will sub the r equals to 9 back into this one. So over here, see, so t just now was, we are trying to form equation and find out what is the r that I want. Now I sub the r back. Okay, replace just now all the r to become 9. Sub, then in the end you get this one. Right? You get this one. So, and then you have to be careful. This question, 10 term is because we formed the equation and found out it's r equals to 9. Okay, you use the general formula. The red color part is the one that contributes to the x to the power of minus 4. So I want to form equation by saying this and this is equals to x to the power of minus 4. So 14 minus r means 14 minus 2r equals to x to the power of minus 4. So the power is the same. So 14 minus 2r equals to negative 4. And that's how I get r equals to 9. And when r equals to 9 means that it's a 10th term. This is A math. Can understand why is it 10th term already? Okay, good. So over here, see here, the question, sometimes they say find the term that has the 1 over x4. Then if they say the term, you have to write the whole thing. But if this question say find the coefficient, means that you only have to give the number in front of it. Understand? So this one asks for coefficient only. So I have to at the side say, okay, coefficient of 1 over x4 is negative 64064. Understand? So they will always come out this kind of question, ask you to find a coefficient of blah, 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 blah. And it's always to use the general formula. General form, general term formula, form equation to find out what r you have. Okay, this is very good. Why? Because you see, this 14 minus 2r, right? If I want to find x to the power of minus 6, I just take it equals to negative 6. I want to find independent of x. Independent of x means is power is 0. You understand? So I just put a side here, just a star here. I just want to state that, okay, if they mention independent of x, it means is x to the power of 0, understand? Means the power is 0, take note, kids. Okay? If they say independent of x, means x to the power of 0. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Then, after that, see here, okay, this is another one whereby the power is n. They never give me. Okay, and let's look at the question here. So they say, write down without simplifying the fourth term in the binomial expansion. So fourth term means that you got to use the general term again. Kids, please, people are revising for coming O-level A math. If it's not relevant to my questions, please don't add in the chat. Okay, so fourth term means is T4. So it's 3 plus 1. Okay, it means the error is 3. This one is the error. So use the formula that just now we have. So kids, this one n, right? So you no choice. This one got no number. So I have to put n. So n3. A is ax. This is n minus 3. This is b over x to the power of 3. Okay? No, they never say like paper 1 or paper 2. In fact, paper 1, paper 2 is all long questions, you understand? So it's just like paper 1, what kind of question will come out. Then after that, what doesn't come out in paper 1 will go in paper 2. So there's no saying that binomial will come out in which one. Why is it minus 3 and not minus 4? No, fourth term is r plus 1. Take note, fourth term is r plus 1. So the error is 3. So the error is not 4, can? Oh, good. Okay, let's proceed. Then after that, they say without simplifying. So that means actually I can just leave it. Okay, but to me, I expand a bit more lah. Since you see, there's 2 marks, right? So I will expand a bit more. Yes. It is always TR plus 1, correct? It's like, for example, if they ask for the 7th term, means it's 6 plus 1. Your error is 6. Okay? So then after that, see here, a lot of kids don't know how to write n3. Take note, this is very important. Okay, I'm going to put here. Okay, kids, over here, see here, if it's n1, it's just n. If it's n2, it is 2 times 1 and n minus 1. If it's n3, it will be 3 times 2 times 1 and n minus 1 and n minus 2. Must know, Okay? The most they go n3 only lah. They will not go n4 lah. If n4 they will not ask you to expand lah. n4 it will just be, look at the denominator is 4, right? So it's 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Then the top will be, start from n, then it will be n minus 1, n minus 2, and n minus 3. Okay, so this is for this one. But most likely it's only up to, they will only test up to n3 only Then let's continue. So just now I mentioned n3 already, right? So put a fraction. 3 means 3 factorial. 3 times 2 times 1. Then the top is start from the n, reducing. So n minus 1 and n minus 2. When do you stop? The bottom got 3 terms, right? 1, 2, 3. So the top also got 1, 2, 3. Understand? Then after that, this one, I'm going to simplify as a n minus 3, x n minus 3. So I put like that. Then after that, this one, it will be b 3 and x 3. Okay? Life 1, I did 1 circle question. On Sunday, I will do 1 more circle question. Differentiation, my life 1, I also got do differentiation. Okay, let's proceed. Now, they tell you, because they tell us not to simplify just now that question, so we don't simplify. So over here, you can see, if this term is a constant term, find the value of n. So now let's analyze. I'm going to write down, I just write here. Just right here. So take note. So I'm going to simplify this as n, n minus 1, and n minus 2. Why they ask you not to simplify is they don't need you to rainbow this part. So the denominator here is 6. I'm going to combine this. Okay, so I'm going to have a n minus 3. This is b 3. This will be x n minus 3. Kids, this one go up is x to the power of minus 3, right? So this is minus 3. So far can? No need to expand. Leave it in this form. No need to expand. This question by right I should simplify more one. No need to go and rainbow this part. Okay, it's just that because in this question the particular mention asks us not to simplify. So we don't need to simplify too much. Okay, what I did was I just break it up. You know, I break a to the power of something, x to the power of something, b to the power of something, x to the power of something. Okay, then after that, let's take a look. You see here, this part. This part. They tell you that this is a constant. So remember just now I mentioned constant is what? Power is x to the power of 3, right? Thank you. So x, sorry, not x power 3, x power 0, okay? Independent of x means x to the power 0. So this, it means that, so it means that x to the power of this n minus 3 minus 3 is equals to x to the power 0. And that means that my n minus 6 is equals to 0 and equals to 6. Done. Yes, binomial is taught usually in Sec 3 maths, Sec 3A math. Okay? So, kids, I repeat. So, I use a general formula. Find the fourth term, whereby r is 3. Put it in, and you all need to know n3 is written this way. Okay, I break it up, and then I put in term, I combine the x together. And then after that, because here is 2 marks and they ask us not to simplify. But right, actually you write until here, good enough. Don't have to write anything. Then after that, behind, they say, okay, the term is a constant term. So constant term means it's x to the power of 0. So that's why I let the behind become x to the power of 0, and I have n equals to 6. Okay. So next, they tell us, yes, constant and independent is the same thing. Means x to the power of 0. Because you know anything to the power of 0 give you what? 1. Right? That's why there's no x term. So let's take a look at this one. The fourth term of the binomial is 160. So just now that one is fourth term, right? So what they are trying to tell you? They are trying to tell you that this whole thing is 160. This whole thing is 160. Okay, I don't teach H2. Okay, I'm taking O level this year, kind of nervous. Don't need to nervous, you just need to revise. Okay, kids, don't need to worry. Sometimes if you get anxiety, then after that during exam, you forget what you studied. No point, no point. Don't do that. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to write the whole thing down, right? So it will be, so I will write n minus 1, n minus 2 over 6. Okay, and of course, because remember my n equals to 6, I already found, right? So I'm supposed to sub it in. I'll wait later then I sub. I write out first. So it will be a n minus 3, b 3, and then I have xn minus 6. Okay, then after that, sub in the n equals to 6. So it will be 6, 5, and 4 over 6. This is a, 6 minus 3, so it's a cubed, b cubed. And then this one, of course, is x to the power 0. And they are telling you this whole thing is 160. So just equals to 160. And when you key into calculator, this is 20. So I get 20a cubed b cubed equals to 160. So a cubed b cubed will be just equals to 8. Okay? And after that, I'm going to solve my, see kids, this one a cubed b cubed, what are you going to do? The trick is do just a, b, 3 equals to 8. Yes, do TYS can. How to forget about my x? Okay? Don't talk about non-related stuff here. Yes, then after that, AB will be cube root 8. So my AB is equals to 2. So you see, I have two unknown here. Okay, which is A and B. So this is the first equation. And you see, they give us this one, which is the second equation. Agree? After this, can teach n term. Huh? N term? I thought I already teach doing n term. Okay, so after that, do the simultaneous. So I'm going to just skip and show you here. So I have my first equation, second equation, do simultaneous. This one I don't need to teach you already. Then you can find your A and B. That's all. Okay? So this is binomial. All good. When do we use general term? You use general term when you want to find a particular term. Okay, you see, wait, let me write the paper. No live tomorrow. The next one is Sunday, coming Sunday. But take note, this Sunday one is I do afternoon, 4:30. Okay. I don't understand what is n term. Let me see the message. Oh, good. Okay. General term is the one like, let's say I want to find, okay, let's just randomly put one something. Let's say, for example, 3x plus 5 over x4 to the power of 8. I just anyhow. So if let's say, of course sometimes they ask you, I want expand the first 3 terms. Then you apply the formula, right? So let me just go the expansion in case I just very fast go through. So if they ask for expansion, then I will take the first term, which this is called my A, this is my B. So put A, put power 8 plus 8C1 3x. Then the power will go down, this one number 7. Then the B now comes in, 5 over x4 to the power of 1. Then continue 8C2 3x to the power of 6. You can see that the A is 876. Okay, then this one will be 5 over x4 to the power of 2. Imagine they just ask you for the first 3 terms. So behind, please put plus dot dot dot. 3 dots, not more, not less, just 3 dots. How to find the binomial power n if not given? You have to form equation. Wow, got ice cream. Thank you. Okay, so this one will have to depend on the indices to go and expand. Okay, then in this question, if they say, I want to find the 7th term. Okay, if they ask for the 7th term, okay, straight away use the general term. Okay, don't go and expand 7 times, I tell you. Please, my student tell me, one of my students tell me, sure, I don't want to memorize the formula. Can I just expand, then I count, go to the 7th term? Okay, no, I cannot go 7th term, too big. Go 5th term. 5th term, Okay, so then I have to do fifth term. Fifth term means T5. Remember I said is 4 plus 1. Means your R is 4. So apply the formula is NCR. Okay, formula is NCR A M minus R B R. Actually, this formula, this portion, you can see in your formula sheet. Okay. Yeah, no need to memorize. It's actually given to you. Okay. But actually, the general term formula actually is given. It's inside part of the formula sheet. Let me just wait. Okay, so I want to find fifth term means R is equals to 4, right? So this is the actual formula. So now I'm going to put it in. My N is the power 8 here. My R is 4. My A is 3x. This is 8 minus 4. My B is 5 over x4. And then after that, my R will be 4. Then of course, this one, everything press the calculator. So this one, 8/4 means 8C4, right? Wow, thanks for the rows. 8C4. So you'll be 70. Okay, this is 4. 3 to the power of 4 is 81. So 81 x to the power of 4. 5 to the power of 4. Okay, now must press calculator already. Okay, so it's 625. 4 times 4, x to the power of 16. So in the end, what do I get? I get 70 multiplied by 81 multiplied by 625. I get 3543750. And then this is what x4, x16 means is x to the power of minus 12. But usually we don't leave it in negative index. So it's 3543750 over x12. So this is my fifth term. You understand? You see, by using the general term, you straight away find the fifth term. Don't need to expand. You only need to expand when they tell you, oh, find the first three terms. Then you expand. Okay? Thank you, Christian. Okay? See, I print out the formula sheet. Okay, let's see. So actually the general formula is hidden here. Okay, this part. Right, the only thing that they don't give you is, they did not tell you that it is R plus 1. This one you have to know lah. The right hand side already given to you ma. Okay? 4 and 16 what? 16 minus 4, not 12 meh? Yes, correct, Samantha. Thanks for telling me that. So this one is if they ask for a particular fifth term. Okay? So remember just now the question that I asked you? Just now the question that I asked, let me just go back here. So this is the next so-called higher level, as in, they say they want to ask you to find out what is the term that has x to the power of negative 4. Okay? Then, again, just now I already showed you this question, right? So I'm not going to go too much on this question. This one you can go back to my YouTube video and check this out. Then, this one is you form equation and find out, oh, actually it's the 10th term whereby my r equals to 9 will give me the term of x to the power of negative 4. You understand? So this is how you use the general term. You use it to find a particular term whereby they ask you fifth term, okay, straight away apply. The next one is when they ask you, can you tell me which is the term that give me x to the power of negative 4? Then you got to form equation and find. Okay? Okay, let's proceed already. No time already. Wait. Let me see what's the next question. My next question is plotting trigo graph. Today I will show plotting sine graph and cosine graph. Is there any way to get this paper? Yes, join my Telegram channel. Tomorrow Sam will upload the worksheet on the Telegram channel. And then after that, the YouTube live, it will be replay, uploaded to my YouTube channel. You also can go and see, okay? And all these links are inside my bio, okay? Okay, let's proceed. Okay, first. Wow, Marcus, I don't know what's that, you know. I only teach Sec 1 to Sec 4. Tangent graph very rare come out. It's very rare, but it came out this year N-level A Maths. So please go and know how to. Okay, later I will talk about the tangent graph a bit lah. Now this question, it's okay. You don't know that I teach which level. Okay, I teach Sec 1 to Sec 4 Singapore. Okay, so this is cosine graph and this is sine graph. So today I will show you how to plot sine graph and cosine graph, and then after that I will talk a bit about tangent graph. Okay. Can? Okay. Okay, maybe before I talk about this question, I talk about how to draw the normal sine graph and cosine graph first. Can? Can or not? Who want? Who want me to talk about the normal sine graph and cosine graph first? Go to my bio and click the link there that say join Teacher Kangie Telegram channel. Okay, so let's talk about the normal sine graph first. Because the question is a bit of a shift and different period, so I scared you all confused. So I'm going to talk about the normal first. So the normal graph is y equals to sine x. Right? Very simple. Okay. First, we talk about the amplitude. So amplitude means the number in front, which is 1. Means your thickness of your graph is 1. Understand? Okay. And then after that, I have to find the period. So period for sine and cosine, it is always using 360 degrees divided by the number in front of here. In front of x is 1, so divide by 1, so my period is 360. So what is period? Period means that in 360 degrees, you will see one cycle. Okay? Why? Why you get 8 out of 100? You never put in more effort. How can you get 8 out of 100? When you all know that you all do so badly for A Math already, must really go and find. Hello? I'm talking about trigo period. Sam, can you please kick the person out of this channel? Okay? See here, period is 360. So next, okay, usually we have a shift, right? There is a shift. But over here, there is nothing. So that means our right here, shift is equals to 0. Okay? Then after that, next is you have to know, the question asks you to draw how many cycles. So usually at the side, they will say, okay, ask you to draw from 0 to 360 degrees. Means that I only need to draw one cycle. If at the side, they give you 0 to 180 degrees, it means that, oh, since my period is 360 degrees, it means that 180, I need to draw just half a cycle. Why use 360 divided by number? It's a fixed thing. It's a fixed thing to find the period. It's always using 360 degrees divided by this. So it's actually, okay, let me just put y equals to a sine bx plus c. Okay? The amplitude is just the number in front, which is a. The period is taking 360 degrees divided by b. The shift is just the c. No, amplitude is not coefficient of x. Amplitude is the number in front of the sine. You see here, this is 1, right? So amplitude is 1. So if I have y is equals to 2 sine x, that means my amplitude is 2. Thanks for the rose. Nope. I'm already teaching. You are responsible to write your own notes. Okay? So, see here. Shift is equals to 0. So now let's plot the graph. So I always draw one cycle at a time. Even if they ask me to draw 2 cycles, I always draw one cycle at a time. So then it's easy for me to plot 5 critical points, okay, to draw. The shift is either up or down depending on the side. Yes, correct. Okay, later that I show you the shift one. Let's draw the normal one first. Okay, so I want to draw one cycle. So this is what I always do. I want to draw one cycle. I mark here 360 degrees. This is one cycle. So I'm going to cut it into half. That means I will know I will have 180 degrees. Okay, and then Yes, later I show you what's the, if it's radian one. Now we do the degree one first. Okay, then after that, cut half again. So it will be 90. And then after that, I know, you see, my one interval is 90 degrees. So I will know that I just take 180 plus 90. So it will be 270 degrees. So you need to have one cycle to have 4 parts. Understand? 4 parts. Okay, next. Because this one shift is 0 means that I still use my usual x-axis as my 0 lah. Then after that, amplitude is 1. So that means my maximum is 1. My minimum is -1. The thickness is 1. Understand? Okay, so then after that, let's move on. We are revising for O-level A Math. Now, no time to answer those kind of questions. You want to ask those questions, go Q&A and ask. We're going to spend time revising for A Math. Okay, so sine graph start from 0. See, kids, I'm going to mark out 5 points. 1, 0. Then after that, it will go up to the maximum at 90 degrees. So you imagine up the maximum. Then you come back to 0 at 180 degrees. It go down to minimum at 270 degrees. It go back to 0 at 360. So these are the 5 critical points I mentioned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So then after that, just draw the shape. Okay? My one freehand. So this is how you draw sine graph. And next, of course, to label, this is y equals to sine x. This is the normal sine graph. Okay? So, if it's in terms of radian, this one they ask you to draw in terms of degree. So if they say, oh, okay, I ask you to draw from x 0 to 2 pi, you only need to change this one only. So this one, it become 2 pi. This one become pi. This one become pi over 2. And this one, students, a lot of time, they don't know what to write in terms of pi. Right? So how are you going to write it? This is half, right? So you know it's half. This one is 1 whole. So just take 1 whole minus 1 whole plus half is 3 over 2. So you know this is written as 3 pi over 2. Label the end point, don't need. You mean this end point? No need. Okay? Better to have construction lines, right? No need. This is fine. I mean like the what vertical line. Don't have to what. That's why you see I mark out the critical 5 points. You see my 5 points is first, you see the 90 degree, this is in line. This is in line. Okay? And one way to make sure that you will not go out of the shape, okay, for me is, just now I just sketch, right? For you is, you can do this. Your ruler, right? So each interval you can use like maybe 1.5 cm, 1.5 cm, 1.5 cm, 1.5 cm. Make it equal so that after that when you draw the shape, it will be proportional. You understand? Okay, so now I'm going to draw slightly different already. So what if they ask me to draw, let's say y equals to 3 sine half x, let's say minus, okay, let's start from plus 2. Yes, correct. 5 points is just at every 90 degree, provided your period is 360 degree. Okay? This, let's go through this part. Okay? So this one means that my amplitude is the number in front of sine, which is 3. Okay? So amplitude equals to 3. Okay, next period. Period is taking 360 degrees divided by half, which will give me 720 degrees. So 720 is 1 cycle. Okay? Next, shift. Do I have a shift here? Yes, because there's a plus 2 here. So my shift is 2. Sorry. So my shift is 2. Yes, change and blah, 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 blah. Okay? A lot of students, sometimes they ask to draw the shift. They will always draw the original, then after they shift up 2. For me, is I don't do that. Waste time. Okay? I will do this. See here. First, of course, draw the vertical axis. Okay? Next, draw this one. So, same thing. I'm going to draw line first. Okay, imagine this one, since the period is 720, right? So I'm going to draw, let's say this one is 720. This is x. So this is 720. I'm going to draw one cycle, means it's 720. Cut half. So it will be 360 degree. Okay, cut half. That means it will be 180 degree. So it means that my one interval is 180 degree. Yeah, I haven't shift yet. Not yet. I haven't do the shift yet. So I'm just plotting out the x-axis first. Okay, so after that, I know that one interval is 180. So you will take 360 plus 180. Okay, and you will get 540. Okay, now kids, shift is 2, right? So I will go and mark out 2. Draw a horizontal line. Dotted do it dotted. This is my shift line. So I'm going to draw this out. Okay, then remember our amplitude is 3. This 2 is, sorry, this line is actually like what I call it the new x-axis. You understand? Your new x-axis. So if this is your new x-axis, my amplitude is 3, means 2 plus 3. That means it will be 5. Okay, let's say here. Okay, 2 minus 3, let's say it's here. 2 minus 3, so this one is -1. Okay? Okay? Yes, max 5, minimum -1. Okay, so now let's see. I'm going to plot our 5 critical points. So this is a sine graph. Sine graph means start from the 0. But be careful, the 0 is no longer on the original x-axis. It will be on the new x-axis. 1 point, it go up to maximum at 180 degree. So you will be like 180, then at the 5 here. I come back to the 0, which is my new 0 at the 360. I will go down to my minimum at -1 at 540. Go up to my 0, which is my new 0 at 720. 5 critical points. I will talk about tangent graph later. Yes, tangent is 180, not 360. That's why I mentioned that just now, period 360 divided by b, you only apply for sine and cosine. I should write here. This part. For sine and cosine. Okay, so see, I have my 5 critical points. I'm ready to draw my shape. So just draw this. I just agak-agak just draw that. Then after that, come down to here, go up to here. So we are done with the graph. And then just label, this is y is equals to 3 sine half x plus 2. So you see what I did? I did not draw the original and shift. Okay? The amplitude is the thickness. So the number in front is 3. So the amplitude is 3. So here is 3. 2 plus 3, 5. 2 minus 3, -1. So this is the amplitude. Can? Yeah, if they ask you to sketch, it doesn't have to be accurate. But the shape cannot go like so haywire lah. That's why I say your interval must be equal. Okay? My students sketch this one big, small, big, small, big, small. Then after when they sketch, it's like, why the shape like a bit weird? You understand? So this is how you plot sine graph with different amplitude, different period, and different shift. Okay? So cosine graph is similar to this. Okay, the only difference is cosine graph, the shape of the graph start from maximum. So you see, this is how I'm going to draw the 5 points. Okay? I just draw a mini one here. Okay, cosine graph start from the maximum. Yes, draw with pencil. I draw with pen now is because if I use pencil, I scared you cannot see. Okay, so it start from the maximum. So I have 1 and -1. So I start from maximum. It go to 0 at 90 degree. It go down to minimum at 180. It go back to 0 at 270. And then after it go up to maximum at 360. Then I have students always telling me, Sure, how to draw the, they say that the cosine, the tail must be a bit curved, right? Then they always struggle to find, draw that shape. So how to draw that shape? Very easy. You just imagine that this one is like drawing sine graph. Okay, it's like drawing sine graph. It's like, for example, like that. If I'm not going to draw sine graph, it will look like that. Agree? Correct or not? You just visualize that you're drawing sine graph. But of course, we don't need to draw on the left side. And that is how you make the shape. Okay, if not, I have a lot of students always struggle to draw this side. They always end up drawing left. Okay, so this is how you draw the tail of the cosine. So let's continue. So that means this one will be this, go up, and then see this one, when you draw same thing, you have to visualize, it's like continuation, you see. So it will be easier for you to draw the shape. So this is cosine graph. So the shift, amplitude, period, everything is the same as sine. The only difference is cosine start from maximum, sine start from 0. Okay, so this is how you draw cosine graph. Okay, this one I just... Next, I'm going to talk about tangent graph. Okay, kids, in case they come out those kind of question asking you to draw, like example, let's say this one I draw was x between 0 to 720, right? If they change, okay, if they ask you to draw from x, let's say 360 degree and minus 360 degree. If they ask you to draw negative, how are you going to draw? Okay, it's the same. The only thing is you draw up to here, correct? Then this side you will continue. So let me say, like, for example, it will be like, so we draw up to here only, right? 360. So here will be 180 degree. Here is 0 degree. So just now this one 2 is from here, go up, and then come to here. So it will be this shape, right? So you will have to do the other side. So that means I will have minus 180 and then minus 360 degree. Okay, and this one means that you just continue to draw. This one was, you see, if I'm going to continue this will be like that, correct? This will be like that. So it's the same, it's going to be like that. You understand? So that means you will go to minus 1 here, you go down to minus 1, and then come back to 0 here. So that means this will look like that. Can? Okay, so if they ask you to draw from negative, don't worry, just draw up to 360, then the other side is like continuation. Can? Okay, so let's talk about tangent graph. Okay, why? If the amplitude is negative, the graph is inverted. Yep, Samantha, good point. So what Samantha is saying is, if let's say I have y equals to minus sine x, minus, that means everything is the same except your sine graph no longer looks like that. It will be flipped, so it will be like that. If it's minus, the amplitude will still remain as 1, because the thickness still remains the same. It's just that you flip. It's not going this way, it's going this way. This is O-level A math. Okay? Okay? Move on. Tangent graph. So y equals to tangent x. Okay, first amplitude. Amplitude is just the number in front, same. Period. Kids, be careful. For tangent, the period is no longer 360 divided by the number. It is 180 degree divided by the number. Okay? Don't have to worry about tangent graph having shift. They only test you on your amplitude and your period. Okay, so now we are ready. So now imagine that this question asks me to draw from 0 to 360 degrees. Okay, so this is how you draw tangent graph. So again, same thing. Okay, 0 degree. So the one period is 180, right? So what I want you to do, since I want to draw 360, so I will make here 180. And then for tangent, you don't have to cut into 4 parts. Cut into 2 parts. So one period is 180. So 180 I cut half, which is 90 degree. Then I need you to, at the 90 degree, draw the asymptote. Means a dotted line. Okay? Then let's draw one cycle for tangent. So it start from 0 and then it go up. Then you must imagine that it touch is very close to the line, but haven't touched the line yet. Asymptote means that it's a line that is you are so scared of the line you cannot touch it. No? Okay? Then over here you will just draw from here, same thing, very close to the line, but then after that slowly it reach here. So actually this is tangent graph 1 cycle. Then after that, what I want you to do is this first part 90 degree, cut half, 45, and then you dot up, here. This is the amplitude. For this case, amplitude is 1, so I put 1 here. So if this 2 is in front, you just put 2 here, that's all. So this one is just 1. We are done with 1 cycle. But because they asked me to draw up to 360 degrees, correct? So, and I know that my interval is 90. So now 180 plus 90 is 270. 270 plus 90 is 360. So then after that, I know my asymptote is at this one. So draw the asymptote line. How to know where to start the second curve? Here? Or anywhere? Doesn't matter. They just want to see that you have like very close, then after that bigger than here. Okay? Then after that, let's continue. So after that, remember just now we start from 0, right? So actually it's the same thing. It's duplicate. So start from 0, go up, just go up, then close. Okay? Then over here, just very close, then after that become bigger, touch here. And then after that, that's end. So this is tangent graph. I don't want to predict anything, I'm not God. Okay? N-level A math tangent graph came out. I don't know whether it will come out for O-level or not. I don't know. I'm not God. I will know. Okay? So, don't ask this kind of question. Might as well you just get prepared, know how to draw tangent graph. If it come out, nothing to be scared, just draw. Okay? So this is how you draw tangent graph. Okay? So, take note, I will highlight here. This is for tangent. Okay? All good? No, the amplitude for tangent, right, is simply tangent, because we know all along we know that tangent 45 degree equals to 1, agree? So I simply go 45 degree, dot, 1, that's all. Because tangent is infinity, what? You know, right, when we have sine theta equals to 1.25, will there be any answer? No, it's not always at 45 degrees. It depends on your period. So let's say I change a bit. If let's say my question now is y is equals to tangent, let's say 3x. Okay, let's say this one is, okay, let's say y equals to tangent 3x. Okay, then what is the period? The period is equals to 180 degree divided by 3, which is 60 degree, right? So if my period is 60 degree, what does that mean? It means that I'm going to draw this way. See, one cycle 60. So draw the asymptote at 30 degree. Draw the shape, go up, and here. Assuming that I only want to draw from 60 degree. I'm lazy to draw 360. I want to draw 6 times. Okay, so let's say example, I just want to draw from 0 to 60. So this is one cycle ma, correct? So where is the amplitude? The amplitude is the 30 degree, half, 15 degree, dot, 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 dot. And because my amplitude is 1, so here is 1. Can or not? Actually, it's just tangent 45 is 1. You see, if my x is 15 degree, 3 times 15 is 45, right? So it's 1. Can? So this is how you draw Kevin. Okay? So this is how you draw if amplitude more than 1. Simple. See, if my amplitude here is 2. See, 2, all I need to do is 2 lor. That's all. Yes, more than 1 still put there. The amplitude is always here. It's always the first asymptote half. That part is the amplitude. Okay? So back to this one. Sine theta equals to 1.25. Is there an answer for this one? Is there an answer for this one? No answer. Why is that so? Because you see, if I'm going to draw my sine graph, my maximum is 1, my minimum is -1. So my graph will look like that, right? So it will be like that, like that, like that. So 1.25 is, let's say, is here. So if I'm going to draw the horizontal line 1.25, will your line cut the sine graph or not? It will not cut at all. Agree? Where -2? You mean if it's flip, is it? Okay, you see, okay, I use, if I today draw y equals to minus tangent x, how do you draw this one? Simply flip only ma. This one is this one, right? So that means it will be this one. Right? This one will be here. This one will be here. Right? And then this one will be flip. So it will be here. Like that. Like mirror, mirror. Okay, the red color one is the, for this one, and then the amplitude, same thing here, 45, dot, 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 here, just put -1. Can? How does tangent graph change if it's minus tangent? There? Woohoo! The red color one, just flip. The x-axis will become a mirror. Can you explain what principal value of trigo means? I got put videos on principal value in my TikTok. Go and refer to it. Okay, let's move on. See, I already spent some time talking about sine graph, cosine graph, and tangent graph. Let's go back to the original question and talk about our trigo graph question. What negative angle for tangent graph? No, they will not ask you. Oh, do you mean something like just now my sine negative? It's just continuation only ma. I'm not plotting that one, it's the same concept. I think what you're trying to say is this one, right? See what I did was I just continue what? You do the same thing for the other side. You see the sine graph shape? So that means here continue what? So if it's a tangent one, it's a tangent one, you see, this one, you can go and duplicate and plug over here, correct? This one will continue like that. And then after this one will go up. You understand? Something like photocopy lah. It's just that it's minus, for this case it's minus 30 and minus 60. Okay? Okay, move on. Yeah, you want to go, where's my question? Okay, so now you already know how to do, right? So this question you see, first ask me to find the period of gx. Easy already. Can someone tell me how to find the, okay, I'm going to write out gx equals to 2 sine, kids, x over 2 is the same meaning as half x, Okay, can someone tell me how to find the period? And take note, see here, this is in terms of radian, okay? So can someone tell me how to find the period? This is sine graph. What divided by what? Wrong. Not 360. Because we are doing 0 to 2 pi, so it's 2 pi. So it's taking 2 pi instead of 360 because 2 pi and 360 is the same. It's just that one is in radian, one is in degree. So divide by half. And we know it will be 4 pi. It means that one cycle is 4 pi. But they only ask you to draw 2 pi. Means that you know this is only drawing half cycle. You understand? Yeah. Anyway, this question only asks for the period, so we don't have to do so much thing. So this is 1 mark. Next, they ask for what is the least and the greatest value of fx. So let's take a look at my fx. My fx is equals to, okay, usually what I do is I like to rewrite. I will write the minus 3 cosine 2x then plus half. Actually, I just shift only. I never change any value. I just change the minus 3 cosine 2x put it in front and then the half I put it behind. So now looking at this one, okay, before we talk about the least and the greatest, okay, let's talk about our amplitude. Can someone tell me what's the amplitude? See, this graph is a minus, so we know that this graph is flipped, right? So can someone tell me what's the amplitude for this one? I want to catch the one just now who asked me to draw trigo graph one. What's the name? See whether he learned anything or not. What's the name? The I don't seem. See whether you learn anything. I don't seem. Are you there? I don't seem. What's amplitude? You were the one who asked me to draw trigo graph. I remember. So can you please show me that you have learned something? What's amplitude for this graph? Okay, amplitude, just write 3, no need to write minus 3, No need to write the minus. The minus only tell us that we are going to invert our graph. So the amplitude is only 3, So amplitude is 3. Next is, what is my period? My period is taking 2 pi divided by the number in front of the x, which is 2, so it's pi. Pi is 1 period, so that means they ask us to draw 2 pi, means I need to draw 2 cycles. Okay, next, there's a shift. What is my shift? The number just there, half. Okay, so you roughly know that, you see, I will have a half horizontal line. My amplitude is 3, so half plus 3, so we will have 3.5. Half minus 3, you will have negative 2.5. So you know that the maximum is 3.5, minimum is minus 2.5. Agree? So this simply means that the least equals to minus 2.5 and the greatest is 3.5. Done. Okay, some people can memorize, but it's okay. You can always find out this information, amplitude, the shift, plot it out. This one no need to plot very nice. You only need to know the middle line, the amplitude thickness, half plus the amplitude, which is half plus 3, half minus 3, which is minus 2.5, and you will know what's your minimum and maximum. I already mentioned that this is O level, A math and E math, Sec 1 to Sec 5, Sec 1 to Sec 5. Laplace is not in our syllabus, right? It's okay that you ask for it. But when we tell you that it's not related, then you cannot spam the chat. Okay? Okay, let's proceed. Yes, correct. Good worm, good summary. Okay, the negative sign only tell us it's inverted, but the amplitude is still 3. Okay, so to sketch the graph, but of course, if I'm going to sketch now, I think already 1 hour passed already, no lah, because I don't draw so nice. So because just now I already teach you how to draw the basic already, right? And the shift and everything, right? So over here, this is how we draw the two graphs on the same graph, on the same axis. So they say sketch on the same axis the graph of the just now the the cosine and the sine. So you draw step one by one. So look at the sine graph. Just now the sine graph, over here you see at the side here, I actually put the amplitude. Oh sorry, this one is the cosine graph. So just now we already did the, wait where is this one? Wait give me a moment. Remember just now our period was 4 pi? So now they ask me to draw 2 pi, means I only need to draw half cycle. So when you need to draw half cycle only, please don't draw the 5 critical point. You don't have 5 critical point only. You only need the start from 0, go up to maximum and go down to 0. That's all. 3 points. Because you only need to draw half cycle. So this is the sine graph. Then label, this is the sine graph. Okay? Then after that, the cosine graph. The cosine graph, over here we can see that the period is pi, right? So they ask us to draw 2 pi, means I need to draw 2 cycles. So see, I always draw 1 cycle at a time. So what I did was, I write pi, divide by 2, divide by 2, and then after that my interval is 1/4, correct? A lot of students in terms of pi, they don't know how to write. So I'm going to teach you one trick. You know that this is one interval is 1/4, right? So after the pi over 2, you just take half plus 1/4. Can you draw the axis with pen? Actually, it's okay. As long as you make sure that your interval, you don't later go haywire. Make sure you go and measure. For me, you see, you see my shape is very nice, right? I go and measure 1.5 cm, 1.5 cm, 1.5 cm, 1.5, 1.5. Then here I put 1 cm, 1 cm, 1 cm. 1 cm, 1 cm, 1 cm. So I will not go out of shape one. Okay? Then the curve, use pencil, because definitely we will go haywire a bit, right? Then you need to erase. But the axis is just horizontal and straight line. Use pen is no problem. So after that, what the cycle just now I said my intervals was 1/4, right? This one is half, right? So actually the trick is you just key in half. Then I know interval is 1/4, so you just plus 1/4, and you see that they give you 3/4. So it means that I know it's 3 pi over 4. Okay? So this is pi. Then what is after pi? Remember, it is also 1/4. So it's 1 whole plus 1/4. So I know it's 5 over 4. So it's 5 pi over 4. Then after that, 5 over 4, I plus 1/4 again. It means it's 6 over 4. Reduce is 3 over 2. That's why we know it's 3 pi over 2. Then 3 pi over 2 is 3 over 2. You plus 1/4 again, you get 7 over 4. Means, 7 pi over 4. And 7 pi over 4, of course, you plus 1/4, you should get 8 over 4, which should give you 2. And that's why it's 2 pi. So this is how you write in terms of pi for the interval. Understand? Okay? So I say draw 1 cycle at a time. So our shift was half. So you see, I did a horizontal half line. So called this my new x-axis. Okay? Then remember, be careful. Remember this one was -3. So it was inverted. Yes, every interval just plus 1/4. No, you plus 1/4 is because this one interval is 1/4. It's not a fixed formula. You cannot memorize the 1/4. Because it depends on what is your interval. Okay? So kids, this is minus. Remember, we need to flip, right? So it's not the usual cosine graph. The usual cosine graph start from maximum, go down like this way, this direction. But this one start from the minimum. Understand? So -2.5 minus minimum. Go back to the new 0. Go up to the maximum. Come down the new 0 and go back to the so-called minimum. So I always draw 1 cycle at a time. So after I draw this shape already, then I will do the other side. Then I will plot my another 5 points. Of course, this point is share lah. Then after that, you will again go this shape again, dot, 5 points, and then you draw the shape. Okay? So this is how you draw the two graph. The 2 sine half x and then the half minus 3 cosine 2x graph. All good? Then after that, let's continue the question. So after they plot, wait. Okay, I'll straight away go here. Okay. Then they'll say, hence state the number of solution of the equation. Frankly speaking, this one simply means that it's definitely the just now that graph one, correct? So when you look at the graph, you can see that how many intersection points. They cut at 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 points. Means 4 intersection point means 4 solution. But in order to be so-called kiasu a bit, usually what I will do is I will have to prove that this equation is referring to the intersection of the two curves. So what I did was, okay, I write down the equation. Then I need to shift. Then this one is my gx, this one is my fx. So I will say, oh, so actually gx equals to fx means that I just solved the simultaneous, which is drawing the graph, which is referring to my graph. Then I say, oh, so from the graph, 4 intersection point means is 4 solutions. Although it's just 1 mark, you can just write 4 solutions. But I always want to show and make sure that they don't trick me in anything. I just want to make sure that this is actually just the two graphs equate to each other. Straight away go and count. Because what if they add an extra number, means that I need to shift one of my graph first before I say the intersection point, right? So I need to make sure that for this one, it's just the two graph that I draw. Okay? Next. This one. Okay, although it's 1 mark, I can tell you many students don't know this question. Okay, they say determine the value of k for which the equation, which is the, you can see that this one is the fx, this one is the gx. So actually this one is fx equals to gx plus k. So they're asking you to find out what is the k, so that this equation you will only have one solution. So this tells you that you need to go and shift your sine graph in order to get one solution. No, I'm not from the school. I'm tuition center. Okay, I teach tuition. Okay, so let's go back to our graph. They say they want me to shift my sine, right? So you have to be, of course, I got to visualize. I don't redraw. So you see, now it's 4 points, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So imagine this thing, if I shift this graph, shift until where it become one graph or 1 point. It will only when I shift until here, it touch here, means it's only one solution. Agree or not? This whole thing I shift down. Oh man, actually either way lah. You see it's here gx plus k. My gx is the sine graph, so it's plus k. So I will shift my sine graph. But of course, technically speaking, the plus k you bring to the other side, fx minus k equals to gx. You want to shift the cosine graph also can. Agree? Agree? Yes, Okay, so, okay, then after that, let's go back, Just now I mentioned that I have to shift my sine down all the way until it touch here. Agree now? Then it will be called one solution. So I have to shift how much? Do you agree that I can just say I shift here, this point from here to here? From here to here. So actually I just need to know the distance between these 2 points. So this point was 2 and this point was negative 2.5. So the distance is 2 plus 2.5, so it's 4.5. Agree? I wanted to shift this down so that you only have one solution, and the distance between here and here is 4.5. So it means that my distance is 4.5, and because I need to shift down by 4.5, so my k is negative 4.5, because my sine graph need to shift down by 4.5. So just now someone asked, can I shift my cosine? Same, you see, this one was plus k, right? Which is negative minus 4.5, right? If I shift over, it becomes my cosine plus 4.5. Agree now? So if I go back to my graph, I want to shift my cosine. Wow, this one tough, right? Cosine, so many things to shift, right? My cosine, the whole thing, if I shift up by 4.5, it will also have this kissing here, right? Which is also one solution. Agree now? So it's the same. Okay, so this is for the shifting for this part, last part here. Okay, all good. So I trust that I've talked about almost 1 hour on this trigo graph. You all should know your trigo graph by now. Okay, Let's move on to differentiation of trigo and reverse integration. Okay. So see here. So differentiate this one. This one not much of a big issue because it's just simply product rule, right? So differentiate this is I keep left, differentiate right, and keep right, differentiate left. Okay. So over here you can see. Okay, I'm going to cover up quick. So I'm going to keep left, which is x. Differentiate the right hand side means power bring down. Copy inside, which is cosine x. Power is 2 minus 1, so it's 1. Multiply by differentiate inside. My differentiate inside is minus sine x. Okay? And what is this 1? This one is to differentiate the x, which is 1. It's just my habit that I just put, even though it's a 1, I will just put 1. It's just to remind myself that I need to differentiate the inside. Okay? Plus keep right. So keep right, cosine square x, differentiate left, which is differentiate x, which is 1. Then after you simplify, blah, 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 then what you do is, over here, most people will come to here lah. Then what is, I need just simplify I use the double angle, sine 2x is equals to sine 2 sine x cosine x. Okay, making use this formula to change this to double angle. That's all. Okay. So next, then they will ask you, hence, because of the word hence, means that I'm going to use my part 1. Someone asked me to do reverse integration the other day on my first live. So here is the reverse integration. I hope the student is here, the one who requests for reverse integration. So they ask you to hence show that this is equals to this. No need to change also can, right? Yes, no need to change also can. At the part 1, you don't change, it's okay. But after that, when you come to part 2, right, if you don't change, you are not able to do it. Because you see that this term here, the sine 2x, if you don't change, you will not know that actually is this one. You understand? You don't change at part 1, is okay. But you need to change it in part 2. Okay, so then what do we do? Okay, so every time I do my reverse integration, this is what I do. When I differentiate this, I get this. So do you agree that if I integrate here, I will get back the question? That means I integrate my dy dx, I will get back my y. Agree? So this is always the first line that I write. It comes directly from part 1. When I differentiate this, I get this. I integrate this, I get this. The only thing is, because it's indefinite, I've just put a plus c. Okay, then I continue. Then I look at the question. Then I see, okay. But this one is cosine, but this one is sine. Then what do? I'm going to replace this using the identity. Cosine square x become 1 minus sine square x. So, a bit long-winded here. So here, I'm going to change it to here. And then after that, it becomes sine square x. Then after that, do you see that there's a minus 1 here? But over here, they do not have any minus 1. So what do we do? Because this one we can split. So I split. See how I split? I split this portion, one side, this, one side. The right hand side, no change. I never change anything. The only difference is I took out the negative. So called negative 1 throughout. That's why this one become plus, become minus. After Monday, will you still continue the lesson? No, like my last, I will do the live Sunday for A Math. Then after that, no more. I'm not doing on Tuesday because Tuesday I got no time. Okay, so today is the second last A Math live session. Okay, then if you have any particular topic you want me to cover, please go to my Q&A and submit. Okay, or you want to do, when you do TYS, you have some questions that you want to ask, can go to my Q&A and submit. If I have time, And if the question is, I feel that is important, quite relevant, as in quite commonly asked, then I will do a video, okay? Let's move on. So, do you see this part is now exactly the same as the numerator? The only difference is there's a divide by 2, right? So it's okay. But before I do times 2, let's integrate this part as per normal, because we can integrate 1. So it becomes, integrate 1 is just x. Okay? Then after what do? I shall bring this minus x to the right hand side. So it becomes plus x. And then what do? Okay? Then after that, because it's divided by 2 ma, the question was divided by 2 here. So I'm going to divide by 2. Divide by 2 and times half is the same meaning So I times half. So times half, of course everything must times half ma. So do you see that actually I already solved it? It means that I already do the integration. Is integration of this one is equal to this. Agree? And on the side here, there's a definite. So all I need to do is, I just need to, now I can now say, oh, so the question asked me to do this, I will put the right hand side, just sub in the pi over 4 and 0. Then of course next is just sub it in. So I very kiasu, I always put in the values and then after that sub into my calculator accordingly. Okay, I will not like, wow, shortcut. So you see what I did? Minus half, the x replaced with pi over 4, cosine square pi over 4, blah blah blah, and then half pi over 4. Then after that, minus. This one is, you always sub this in, after that, minus, sub the 0 in. Take note sub, minus, sub 0. I got, what Please go to my Telegram channel. The worksheet will be posted there. And then the replay of today's live will be put onto my YouTube channel. Okay, you can watch the replay of the today's session. When will the live end? By right, I will end 10 o'clock lah. Around 10 lah. Let's see whether I punctuate already or not. Okay. So, after that, sub in already. Kids, take note cosine 0. Because a lot of students always say cosine 0 is 0, but it's not Cosine 0 is 1 This one happened to be 0 because in front there's a 0. Okay? So then after that, see, I sub it in, blah blah blah, sub it in, simplify, then I get the pi over 16 shown. Because they asked me to prove that it is equal to pi over 16. Then some students asked me, wow, 4 marks only, I write under so long. For me, I write under so long because I show step by step. Okay, in case students are lost. But of course, there are certain steps you can skip, right? Because I just don't want the student to get lost, so I write the steps like really detailed steps. Understand? Okay. So this is how you do this question. This is reverse integration. They always have a first part. They ask you to do differentiate because you know integration don't have a lot of rules. You understand? So there will be always question whereby they ask you to differentiate first, ask you to make use of the differentiation to do the integration. So this is how you do. Differentiate this, get this. So integrate right. This side, give me the, this back. Then after that, all you need to do is, you can see that I'm making subject, put left, put right. Then there will be some terms whereby you can integrate as per normal. Integrate as per normal, already bring it to the other side. Then you will have the so-called making the subject. You understand? Okay, we are done with this question. Let me see what's the next question. Woo! Okay, I will do minimum 1 bonus question. Actually, we are done with 5 questions. Okay, we are done with 5 questions. But I mentioned that there will be bonus questions. So today, I think I will do 1 or 2 bonus questions. One will be linear law. Okay. And the other one is area under the curve. Okay. Okay, you all choose lah. Because I might do 1, I might do 2. So you all want me to do linear law or you want me to do the area under the curve? Hey, I only give 2 options not asking you to give me a third option I say linear law or area under the curve. I have 2 questions here which I will do either one of them. It's either linear law or area under the curve. Linear, linear, linear. Don't worry lah. I think even the area under the curve, I will talk about it. Hopefully I can talk about area under the curve. This area under the curve is a bit special, huh? It's a bit tricky one. Okay, now I'll just follow the. Okay, if I talk faster, maybe I can do both today lah, huh? Okay, linear law. Don't worry, so far I will talk about the area under the curve later. Okay, half an hour, let's see whether I can cover 2 questions. Okay, linear law. See, the table shows so they will always give us the non-linear form. This is the non-linear form, correct? So the first thing you do is always to massage your non-linear to the linear form. So, but before you massage into the linear form, you need to know what is your big Y and big X. So in this question, they tell me my big Y is the Y, my big X is Y over X. Then you know that you need to massage the non-linear, massage until you have your small y as a subject, Y over X as your big X. Then you will know what is your gradient and C. I always ask my students to make sure that they write this. Why? Because whenever they ask you to use your graph to estimate the 2 alphabet, it is not straight away saying, oh, my gradient is P, my intercept is Q. No, please. Sometimes it's more than that. In fact, O-level, they definitely will not say P is just a gradient, Q is just a y-intercept. So you see, look at this. You will see that after you shift. Okay, what I did was this. I put y over 1, I cross multiply, so it becomes flat already, right? I rainbow this, I open up. Because I know I need to make y the subject, so I put yx here. And then after that, this one bring to this side, so it's minus yq plus px. So I don't have to worry, why? Because I can divide by x. So now this one yx become y, this one y become y over x, and then after that this x, now px become just a constant. Your objective is to make sure that you have a constant there. You understand? Then after that I just shift a bit because minus q is the gradient, y over x is my big X. So I will write here, oh, my big Y is Y, my big X is Y over X, my gradient is minus Q, my big C is P. You see that? My gradient is minus Q, not just Q easily. Understand? So this is important. Then after that, you can happily go and plot out your graph. So you see that I will always write at the side which one is my big X, which one is my big Y. Because when you plot the graph, you always look at the X then the Y, right? X then Y, X then Y. So if you don't write the X and the Y, you might put it the other way around. Then your graph will be wrong. So because my big Y is just Y, so that means I can use this row. Then I only need to add one additional row, which is called Y over X. Then I remind myself that this is my big X, so I put at the side here, this is big X. So of course this one Y divided by X, this one divided by blah, 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 okay. I put up to 2 dp. Only this one because it's exact, so I just put it as 0.125. Okay, then after that, what do I do? Of course, plot graph. So I plot the graph. So you see, these numbers are very small. Do you see that? 0.25, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.75. So small. This one even small. 0.25, 0.17, 0.12, all 0. Wow, so small. So what did I do? I did it this way. I know I want 0.1, 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So I use two big square, which is 4 cm, to represent 0 to 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3. Okay, and then on my vertical axis, because I know my maximum only up to 0.7. But kids, before you draw the line, okay, please go and look at your points and randomly know that where are your points, because your objective is you're supposed to draw the line and make sure that it cuts the big Y axis. You don't, after that you plot already, then you realize that your axis not enough for you to cut through. You understand? Okay, so I know that my big Y intercept will be this side. That's why I draw it so-called. I make sure that I draw it lower lah. Okay, so then after that I draw the line. Okay, you can see that my dots, see here, My line doesn't cut through this, my line doesn't cut through this. Correct or not? How long should I take to do this kind of question? I mean, if you are worried that you spend too much time doing this question, then I'd rather you go and do other question first before I come back to this. Okay? I think 15 minutes should be fine now. Huh? Don't be so OCD lah. I have students who erase, like draw like as if like going for art competition like that. Okay? So then after you see, I draw the line already. Okay, label, I put the non-linear one. Okay, remember we need to find our gradient and our big intercept, right? So take any 2 points on the line. Kids, remember, you can only take the points on the line that you have drawn. You cannot take the points from the table, understand? Because we always draw best fit line. So the line that we draw is not cutting through all the points, and those points are only estimation. They are not the exact points on the line that we draw. So after you draw the line, always pick any 2 points which is on the line. So you can see that I pick this one and I write it out the coordinate. I pick this one and then I write out the coordinate. Okay, many students ask me, like for this one so small, how am I going to know, like just now 0 to 0.1? How am I going to know where is 0.08? Okay, I do, this is my trick lah. I don't know how you all do lah. You see from 0 to 0.1. So I know it's 0.1 How many square are there? 10, 10. So there are 20 square, right? So I do divide by 20. I press equal. And then I know that it's actually 0.005. One small square is 0.005. Then the thing is, wow, so difficult to calculate. So what I do is, I save this one, shift, store, I shift it into A. So that now I know my A is the one small square in the value. So then what do? I want 0.08, right? So what I do is I take 0.08, I divide it by the one small square interval, and I know that I need to do 16 square. Then I know, oh, so I just go 10, 16. So I know this is 0.08. You understand? Okay, next. I want to find 0.125. 0.125. Then how am I going to know how to find? Of course, I know 0.125 is after 0.1, right? So all I need to do is, I take 0.125, I go and minus the 0.1. Then after that, I go and divide by A again. And I know, oh, 5 square. So I know after 0.1, 5 square will be my 0.125. So this is how I go and calculate so that I will not go wrong. Especially those numbers is like so funny, so many decimal. Okay, this is how I do. Okay. Then after that, okay, so this is the 2 points to find the gradient. So I write out the 2 points. Use the gradient formula, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, I get negative blah blah blah. So round up to 3SF, I get minus 2.99. Then remember, our gradient is minus q. So my q will be the negative, this one, so it's positive 2.99. Sure, can we do the tutorial how to use A? How we do the tutorial how use A? What do you mean by A? I'm very confused. A? What A? Oh. The store inside, Okay, wait Okay, let's say I want to store 7, 8, 9. Do you know that our calculator got a lot of storage memory? See 7, 8, 9 I'm going to press Shift STO. Do you see this? STO. Store. I'm going to store it into A. Then after that, if I want to use back A, I just take alpha A. Come back already. I retrieve A. I can have a lot of storage, I got A, I got B, I got C, I got D, I got E. This one is very good for you. Sometimes when you do like some numbers by so long, you don't want to write down so long, right? Then I will shift it to A. I shift it to B. I shift it to C. Then after that, just A plus B plus C. You understand? Yeah, this is how you make use of the the memory space. Then students ask, after that, I want to store another number to A, how? It will actually overwrite. It will just overwrite. So let's say I repeat, 236. I want to shift, store it to A. Okay? Then let's say I choose another 456. I want to shift, store it to B. I want to do A plus B. Then I will say, okay, alpha A plus alpha B equal 692. Correct? Do you all know that actually hours, just to let you know, do you know that, let's say for example, 15 over, okay, let's say 2 whole 15 over 60. Okay, 16 over 60. Let's say hour, this one. Do you know you can press calculator to find out how many hour, how many minute, how many second? If press answer also the same, what? No. Okay? So you see, if I key in fraction, mixed number 2 whole 16 over 60, and I press equal. Okay, we know that this is hour, right? Then if how am I going to change this to hour, minute, and second? Do you see this button over here? Hoi! 2 hour, 60 minute, 0 second. So of course, if I let's say change to 50. Okay, 2.32 hours. So 2.32 hour is how many hour, how many minute, and how many second? Press this button. So it means it is 2 hour, 90 minutes, and 12 seconds. That's called DMS, is it? M is minute, S is second. The D is represent what? Yeah, correct. Must be in hour first. Like for example, if my fraction is, let's say this one, 10 over 50. This is less than 1 whole, right? Less than 1 whole, you know that this is less than 1 hour. If I press that, it will give me 0 hour, 12 minute. No? The one beside the HYP, you have like that. Okay, I'll put up. This button. Wait. The one beside the HYP above ENG. Okay? You can see like some comma thing. Okay. Okay, let's continue our linear graph. So, then after that, just now we found our gradient already, right? And then when we draw this, cut. So my big y-intercept is 1, right? So back to here, we know that our big y-intercept is P. So that means P is just 1.00. I'll put 3SF lah. Okay? Okay, part B. They ask, find the value of y when 2x equals to 7y. Okay, this kind of question, the thing is, you have to remember what is your big your big y-axis and your big x-axis. Because our axis was y over x, agree? Y over x. So, what you need to do is, this one I just put the 7y to the other side. 7y equals to 2x, I make y over x a subject. So, times x bring over, this one times 7 bring over, so y over x is 2 over 7. So I change to decimal is 0.2857. I round off to 3 decimal place is 0.286. It means that I need to go to my graph and find 0.286. Then, I will go here. Just now, wait, I need to find my this one is 0.1 divided by 20. Okay. So, just now I want to find 0.286, right? So, where is 0.286? Wow, difficult, right? But I know it's definitely after 0. Okay, see, my 0.2 is here, my 0.3 is here. So, I know it's after 0.2, correct? So, what I can do is, I just take 0.286. I'm going to minus 0.2. Okay, then I'm going to divide by one small square, which is divided by my alpha A. Then I know that, oh, it will be 17.2 square, right? Oh, degree, minute, second. Thanks for helping me to check. Okay, then after that, this one, 0.2, of course, we cannot find out what's 0.2, right? But never mind, it's just aggregation. So after that, I know it's 17 square. So it will be 10 square and 17, and then my 0.2 just agak a bit more to the here. Then you will mark here 0.286, dot, 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 up. Dot, 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 dot. By right, you're supposed to dot in pencil. Sorry, I forgot about it, then I do in pen. Partly also because I scared you cannot see. Okay, so dot, 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 up, dot, 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 dot. So you know that when my y over x is 0.286, my corresponding y is 0.14. So then after that, you will go here. You will know that, oh, okay, so when my y over x is 0.286, my y is 0.14. That's all. Because they ask for value of y, ma. Can? Okay, next. They ask you to draw suitable line on your graph to solve the simultaneous equation. This was the original one, which is the line that you draw. So again, you need to remember your big y was y, your big x was y over x. So you see what I did? Again, I change over, xy equals to y. So I want to make y a subject. So I have to put y in terms of y over x. So for this case, y equals to y over x is simply just pick y equals to x. So with the table of points, actually I don't really need the table. It's quite, y equals to x is very straightforward. When x equals to 0 means y equals to 0. When x equals to 0.1 means y equals to 0.1, right? So then after that, I go to my graph. I plot 0, 0, 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, 0.3, 0.3, then I draw the line. Then this will be the line y equals to xy. So this is a suitable line that asked me to draw. And of course, it simply means simultaneous means the intersection point, right? And the intersection point is this one. So you can see dot, 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 dot is 0.25, dot, 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 dot is 0.25. So back to the question. Then you will know, oh, from the graph, y over x equals to 0.25, the y is 0.25. So when they ask you to solve, of course, you have to tell me what is the x and what is the y, right? Because my y is 0.25, y over x means 0.25 divided by x equals to 0.25. So my x is 1. So this is the answer. Okay? So linear law path is, the axis is not the usual small y and not the usual small x. But actually it's still fine. You just have to be very careful. Correct now? So this is how you do linear graph. Hola. Okay? Help me share, help me like, then see whether I want to do the last question, area under the curve. If not, end of the day, then I'll do the area under the curve another day. Okay? Okay, let me show you the question. No, I cannot show you the answer. Show you the question first. Wow, big cat. Hey, big cat is rude. Do you think I will want to listen? This one a bit tricky because how do you integrate ln x? There's no way you can integrate ln x. So I can tell you a lot of students will stuck there. My Mr. G bodyguard. Please mind the caps lock and be respectful. Okay? Okay lah. I will do this question. Kids, area under the curve. Okay, first, before you do area under the curve, you need to find out, of course, those critical points that you need. Okay? Look at this question. First, they say the diagram below shows part of the graph, and the bad news is your curve is not even complete. Your A is unknown, the K is unknown. Okay? So then after that, they tell you, oh, the curve cuts the y-axis at this point and they cut the x-axis at this point. So it means that I'm given 2 points on the curve. So I'm going to make use of these 2 points on the curve to solve the a and the k. Okay, so that's the first part. Okay, I will just shortcut, no time to write the working, so I will just show you the steps. Wait, cover. See here first. Okay. So what I do is I'm going to sub in 0, y equals to 0 and x equals to -2. So sub in, solve. Then after that you will realize, oh, my k is -3. So you solve the k equals to -3. Then after that I've sub in 0 and ln 3. So sub in, solve. Oh, so in the end my a equals to 1. So this part should be quite straightforward. This is just to complete my curve, equation of the curve. So my equation of the curve is y equals to ln x plus 3. Okay? Next. Okay, a lot of students will say, I think this one easy lah. You know what? It looks like area of the trapezium minus the area under the curve. It looks like, right? Yes, no problem. Now, my question is, you want to find area under the curve. So you need to integrate the curve, sweep from 4 to 0, agree? So then my next question is, but I cannot integrate ln. There's no formula to integrate ln. Or maybe there is, but under O-level syllabus, you don't know how to integrate your ln. Then what do we do? What do we do? Any student who know how to do this? How do you integrate ln? How? Okay, the trick is, do I have it here? No, but before I do that, sorry, I missed out one thing. I need the coordinate A. So my coordinate A, I know my x equals to 4. No, you cannot ln both sides. It's already ln. How to ln both sides? Okay, I missed out one thing. I haven't found this coordinate. So I'm going to find this coordinate. So I'm going to sub x equals to 4 into my y equals to ln x plus 3. Sub x equals to 4, sub y. So I know my coordinate A is 4, ln 7. Okay? Why do I need to do that? Because even if I want to take the trapezium minus the area under the curve, okay, I don't have this b. I need to have the b, agree? So what I do is, I'm going to take this is the A. They mentioned that this is a tangent. See that? The tangent to the curve at A cuts the blah blah blah. So that means I need to find the equation of this tangent line. Okay, kids? I need to find the equation of this tangent line and find out what's the y-intercept. Then I will know what's my b. Okay? Okay, I will do the area under the curve later part. I forgot this part whereby I need to find my b. Okay? So in this case, I need to differentiate my curve. So differentiate, see here, dy dx, this ln will just be 1 over x plus 3 multiplied by differentiate inside, which is 1. So my dy dx is 1 over x plus 3. Sub in my x equals to 4, so it will be 1 over 7. So that means equation of this line, the gradient will be 1 over 7. So this is the equation of the line. So then after that, you only have one point which is on this curve, which is 4 ln 7, which just is what just now we found already, point A. So I need to sub in 4 and y equals to ln 7, and then I will find that, oh, my C is ln 7 minus 4 over 7. So equation of the tangent line is y equals to 1 over 7x plus this. Okay? Then, after that, okay, don't look at this one first. So, the trick is this, see behind first. Where is my blah blah blah? Here. Y equals to ln. So note, you cannot integrate ln x plus 3. So you have to make x the subject. The trick is you have to make x the subject. Okay? Because you have two ways. Most of the time, okay, is curve y equals to fx. You sweep from x2 to 0, for example. Sweep this direction, and it's finding this one. Most of the time, it's always like that, correct? But there also can be case whereby you have the other direction whereby this is x in terms of y. So it could be this direction. That means I'm finding this one. Then it will be here y2, y1. So you want to find area so-called under the curve, which is the y-axis. Then you have to make x in terms of y. X in terms of y. And you sweep from the y2 to y1. Sweep towards the origin. So it's y2 to y1. Understand? So I cannot integrate ln x plus 3. So I have to make x a subject. So I will put y equals to, ln is base e. So I review the base. So it's log e x plus 3. And then after, what do? I don't teach engineering maths, although I studied before engineering maths, but I already forget how to do engineering maths. Okay? Then after that, change to index form, push up e to the power of y. So e to the power of y equals to x plus 3. Make x a subject, so x is equals to ey minus 3. See that? So now I have x in terms of y. Then after that, what do? So now I can integrate ey minus 3 with respect to y, and I sweep from ln 7 to ln 3. So why is it I sweep ln 7 to ln 3? Go back to here, I'll show you. So now it's supposed to be looking this way. Area under the curve. So now this point A, I will be drawing the dotted line. So this dotted line, we know that it is ln 7. So this one is ln 7. Right? I want to sweep. I want to find area under the curve. That means this whole thing. Area under the curve. Sweep from ln 7 to ln 3. They want the shaded is fine. I can just minus the triangle. You understand? I can just minus the triangle. Then I will get my shaded. So my first step is I need to integrate the curve with respect to y. Sweep from ln 7 to ln 3. And then after that, I minus the triangle. So over here, I did the triangle. Okay, of course, the triangle is simply just half times base times height. So the base is just this ln 7 minus the point by. And my point by, remember, just now was just this part. So what I did is, ln 7 minus the point by, that will be my base. Then my height will be just 4. Because this is the height. So this is the triangle, half times base times height, that will be area of the triangle. So I will use the area of triangle later part. So now let's go back to area under the curve. Area under the curve with respect to y. So integrate exponential means keep the same, differentiate the power, which is 1, put it at the denominator, minus 3y. Now I'm going to sub in my ln 7 and ln 3. Okay, so remember I said ln 7 sub it in, bracket minus ln 3 sub it in, bracket, then after that this one you can just put in decimal, blah blah blah. So this is the area under the curve, but it's not your shaded yet. Area under the curve is simply from here all the way to here. The curve from here all the way to here. I need to minus away my triangle. So that's where my triangle 8/7 come into the picture. Area of the under the curve minus the triangle, and I get this. Round to 3SF, and this is your answer. Ta-da! Can? So this is a special case whereby is you have to change the ln y equals to ln something, change to x subject, and then sweep on the other axis. Can or not? All good.